something that strong, I would guess 40, 45.
Yeah. Okay, they're moving some suspects. We don't know what's going on. Hopefully, Tupac Shakur is not dead.
Where is Tupac?
We don't know. That's supposed to be the black...
At this time, the wounds are life-threatening, but serious, not in critical condition at this time. And the person, as you are already aware, who was the passenger in this vehicle is a known rap performer by the name of Tupac Shakur.
Who will weep for Tupac?
Later, when she rebellion, although different in...
Is there anybody like to join the Democratic convention here in New York?
This is a wake-up call. This is our opportunity to kind of check ourselves as a community and understand that violence and a lifestyle that isn't as responsible as it could be could lead to this kind of thing.
Back to get wrecked. All respect to those who break their neck to keep their hopes in check, cause though they sweat a brother majorly. I lost so many peers, and Lord knows I tried. Been a witness to homicides and drive-bys.
He was just telling it like it is, and he, you know, unfortunately in the hood, that's the way a lot of young lives end, and his ended that same way.
It makes it very hard to counteract the kind of message that's being sent to young children like this and younger who can, you know, quote those lyrics from start to finish but may not know their ABCs.
Tupac Shakur was riding in this black BMW when the gunfire erupted. The car, part of a convoy headed for a nightclub, had stopped in front of the Maxim Hotel. Police say a white Cadillac pulled up next to it, and the four men inside started shooting.
We ran up the street as cops were running past us, and by the time we got here, they were already taking, which now I found out was Tupac, into the helicopter away. He had been shot.
Shakur, seen here a few weeks ago at a voter awareness campaign, was shot several times in the chest. The driver, his record producer, was grazed in the head. Detectives are not sure what prompted this attack. They're looking into reports Shakur may have been involved in a fight with someone at the MGM Hotel just before Saturday night's fight. The 25-year-old rapper has long been criticized for promoting violence through his music known as gangster rap. Take a listen.
Cops on my tail, so I bailed till I dodged him. They finally pulled me over and I laughed. Remember Rodney King and I blast on this punk ass.
Shakur is no stranger to violence. In November 1994, he was shot during a robbery at a Manhattan recording studio. $40,000 worth of jewelry was taken from him. He also has a rap sheet as long as some of his songs. In June, he faced a 120-day sentence for probation violations in New York and Los Angeles. He was allowed to remain free on bail. The violations included assault and battery, carrying a loaded gun, and a sex abuse conviction in which he spent 8 months in prison. This was his reaction after his latest conviction.
Nothing the court can do can punish me more than I've been punished already.
In what way?
By being shot 5 times, twice in there. I mean, nothing the judge can tell me can make me not want to carry a gun more than getting shot.
We love anybody that saw the vehicle to be able to shoot and then to escape. Have you received any just anonymous phone calls at all, any tips at all that would divide into? No, nothing. Let us make it clear, you know, I still heard us. We're stopped by our bike officers and patrol officers who have been alerted because the officers who went to Maxim got on the radio, gave a description of this convoy of cars that was traveling at a high rate of speed after having heard shots fired down. There were no estimates given of the speed. Probably wasn't too fast because they had 2 flat tires on the BMW. And it was heavy traffic still from the fight. But they consider a high rate of speed because everybody else is probably going very slow. It's almost gridlock.
So the number of rounds must have been extensive.
On several police units to the club that night and brought it under control, and I don't have any other particulars on it.
But to your knowledge, it wasn't involving any parties at the time?
University Medical Center.
First, I'll just give you what we know actually entering things. It amazes me that when we have professional bodyguards as part of this entourage, that they can't even give us an accurate description of the vehicle.
Is there any concern?
This is a man in mourning. His pain is visible as if it were written on his face. The memory of his son's turbulent life and violent death can't be erased from his mind, but perhaps it's eased by the knowledge that Tupac Shakur's death is serving a larger purpose, one so big that hundreds turned out Sunday to remember him and to use his death as a turning point.
It shouldn't take a death of another young brother for us to come together. We need to learn to love with ourselves. We need to learn to respect ourselves. We need to learn to respect our women. And until we do that, we're never going to learn to rise above anything that we're doing within ourselves.
The Hip Hop Day of Atonement drew friends, fans, and family to 127th Street in Harlem. Sponsored by the Nation of Islam, it was billed as a chance for African Americans to call for peace now and in the future.
Hopefully this will be a wake-up call to motivate some of the youngsters, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's all about, to do something more of in a positive light.
Security was tight as members of the all-black audience were escorted inside. The summit was off limits to the media, although some reporters of African descent were allowed in the auditorium as guests. Many of the people gathered out here spent most of Sunday in the rain waiting to get inside. But turnout for the summit was so great that in the end, most could only hear it broadcast over a loudspeaker. Still, the crowd remained upbeat, intent on ending the day on a positive note.
Whether I go inside and actually hear the words that are being spoken, or if I'm out here feeling the energy from people around here, and other people that stand on the line that want to see more positive things happen in our community, then my mission has been accomplished.
Addressing the crowd, Minister Conrad Muhammad called for an end to the violence.
We will commit ourselves from this day forward to stop the negativity, work hard to use Brother Tupac's life, not in vain, but to be a turning point for the hip-hop nation.
Some rappers agree, saying the only way to make things better is to get hip-hop back to its original state before the advent of lyrics that glorify death and violence.
It's a black-owned art form, but it was made for the whole world to listen to. And if we as the creators do not take responsibility for what this is, it's going to be gone. It's going to be gone.